Yeah, my point is that even if there was any kind of class consciousness that you could instill upon the public through education and through art or through culture or whatever, that would only work in a situation where people are working side by side in assembly lines and the commodity production is not so globalized in the way that it is now. That's why I always say that in the United States of America, for example, it's very difficult to organize, and it's very difficult because like the capitalist structures that we exist under are so calcified at this point. People take it for granted. People are like, this is the only way. That's why Fisher famously said it's easier to imagine the end of the world than to imagine the end of capitalism, because absolutely zero people can even, like, zero normies can envision a future where capitalism is no longer the existing hierarchy. All of capitalism's enemies have been killed. The anti-capitalist sentiment has been effectively squashed, and successful methods of organizing have been destroyed as well. So for that reason,
Tengo gente. Muerto. No. No, pero estoy bien yo,
¿Estás bien?
Sí,
Ahí te llevo escudos.
estoy cambiando.
Mira, yo estoy, ¿me ves? Estoy
Sí.
arriba, en la montaña arriba, del frente tuyo.
Ok.
¿Está bien está?
Tengo los pasos.
Ahí voy para allá.
Por las dudas, venite. Son dos.
Igual, yo lo veo bastante chulo.
Ay, man.
their assessment of the ground conditions, but the school was also creating new language for all the humanities, creating intellectual conditions for a future movement to deliver on the promise of socialism. Yeah. My point is, intellectual thought could only unlock the revolution.
Yo lo había matado a ese Gil, boludo.
But without organizing and without mechanisms of pushback, without labor militancy, you cannot achieve that on its own. Like, capitalism has evolved throughout the years. It's gotten lifelines over and over again through the welfare state, through both suppression of dissent, but also through, I think, more importantly, the expansive bounties that the labor aristocracy gets, that they take for granted. They don't even question how they get it. That's the issue with even social democracies to begin with, because the Western world and liberal social democracies could not exist without hyper-exploitation.
Sí. Márcame las manos. Pancake, man.
en el pueblo este habrá gente. Quédate de eso. Con cuidado. Uy, la trampa, no me ha matado ni nada, me cago en la puta. Ahora sí que estoy jodido. ¿Tienes algo de curas o vendas?
No.
Si no tenemos un bote de nada. Bueno, encontré vendas. Ahí voy, estoy llegando a la tierra.
Me están disparando.
¿Dónde?
No sé.
Lo veo.
Los veo. 67.
Se va, viene su compañero.
Hay varios.
Espera, que voy por el lado y les tiro con las granadas. Oh, me caen a mí, ok, vente para acá.
Lo tengo. Tengo otro equipo. No. Arigato. Ah,
The Cold War, the US government was very involved in Chile. They did not want it to turn communist, and they did everything they could to exert economic and political influence over it. The US even brought Chilean university students to America to study economics at the University of Chicago because it had a reputation for being anti-left. This
Chicago
operation
boys.
came to be known as the Chile Project, and as author Nine put it, the goal of the Chile Project was to produce ideological warriors who would win the battle of ideas against Latin America's pink economists. As this battle was taking place,
There's never been a moment where this kind of stuff has not been enforced without violence, by the way. There's no peaceful pathway towards like getting Chile to recognize that recognize the entrepreneurial spirit. It might seem like it now in the aftermath of many decades, if not half a century of direct violence, and then the additional subsequent violence that comes after you place your dictator in a position of power, where you slowly but surely erode civil liberties and erode even the alternative pathways to a successful socialist revolution. You know, at a point where it basically becomes like a self-sustaining mechanism, in the same ways where in the United States of America, for example, you see a lot of backlash organically develop against socialist thought and any sort of anti-capitalist sentiment. Or if you're wondering how people become so stupid, how people are so resentful and so angry towards a different organization of the economy that they've never actually encountered, one that actually, in theory at the very least, directly benefits their living conditions, this is how it happens. That's why I said it's calcified. It becomes...
¿Escuchaste todo bien? Ah, mira, ese me lo puedo llevar.
No, todavía no. Acá hice granadas.
Sí, yo tengo otras 6 ya. Si las tiras bien, esas granadas son muy buenas, ¿eh?
Las tiré.
No digo que si las usas bien.
Ah, sí. Prefiero el lanzagranada.
Sí, claro, pero creo que estas petan bien, ¿eh? Y las puedes lanzar a tomar por culo también. Ya solo me falta un fusil de cazador. Si encuentras uno de esos, me lo avisas.
Si me sobra, dale. Oh, negreta. No, negreta, negreta.
Ah, pues espérame que la cogemos otra vez. Vale, ¿la quieres coger?
Para.
Sí, tranquilo.
Vamos ahí.
Vamos al tomatotán. No veo a nadie. Hay tiros. ¿Quieres ir?
Bueno.
Tira más tiros, vamos.
...68-1 que estaba al frente tuyo. Se metió una grieta.
¿La tierra?
Sí.
Pero va a caer en la altura, ¿no? Sí, sí, vamos a la tierra.
Está cayendo en otro lado. Cayó en pelo tomato.
Me mató. Nah, no puedes quedar ahí con esa mierda ahí. Vení, putito.
Pero culiao, eran dos equipos matándose, vos fuiste solo, boludo. Yo no entiendo cómo jugar entonces.
Tírale con las granadas, loco. Con las granadas, Sope, para eso las tienes.
Vale, boludo, déjame jugar, man. Déjame jugar, por favor. puta, ¿ese dónde viene?
Ahí no, por detrás. Ahí no está detrás tuyo, ¿verdad?
No, yo me voy a la mierda, man. Dale, la concha de re tu puta. Todo para rescatarte, ¿eh?
Están ahí en una casita de...
Cuidado, parece un precipicio de nada, man.
¿Dónde va? Ahora, corre. Pásate, vete. Cuidado con la rueda. Bien, ahí hay una van, a tu derecha. Ahí, en la granja, justo enfrente tuyo. ¿Lo ves? Derecha. ¿Crees que si pones la lanzadera le vamos al lado donde morí? Y agarramos todo luz.
Bueno,
Ahí, por allá, no nos pongas a falta que nos tiren para abajo.
ya está, bro. Ah, pero vos te querés meter en tormenta, man.
Ah, no, está la tormenta, nada.
No, vos estás loco, boludo.
Pero es que pensé que estaban de Bueno, ahora que cojo por ahí.
Disparos.
Sí, pero no puedo, no tengo una pistola. Pero dame un minuto. Que agarre algo de armas. Digamos, un escudo agarrado.
Necesito también un escudo. No tengo nada de vida. Ay, nada, man.
Tengo una ballesta y una pistola. No me puedo.
Acabo de dejar... Ah, no dejé nada.
estudio para aquí.
Puta. Vos me estás jodiendo, man. Vos me estás jodiendo, man. ¡No encontré nada, boludo!
¿Nada? ¿Una habitación?
Ahí te dejé. Hay una habilidad aquí, La voy a usar. Aquí podemos lootear. Sube 50 también, fíjate.
Listo.
Sente ahí.
Me metí a la ciudad.
¿Dónde estás? Tengo una fogata. Voy para ti, No sé si voy a ir.
Is that lie that holds everything together. It's the glue that holds everything together.
liberalism. If you think this video is going to end with me calling for a return to Keynesian economics or a push towards social democracy, then you would be mistaken. Social democracy would undoubtedly improve the lives of many people living within it, but it does not adequately address the underlying issue. It's still capitalism, and therefore it is still animated by the profit motive and not human well-being. If we look back at the era where Keynesian economics ruled supreme, say in the US for instance, yes, the quality of life domestically was better. However, it's very easy to forget the fact that that way of life was paid for with the blood and sweat of the developing world. Capitalism, fundamentally, is a system founded on colonial looting and the transformation of natural resources into private property. As President Eisenhower was blessing his population with a 91% top marginal tax rate and a 52% corporate tax rate, his administration was overthrowing democratically elected leaders in Guatemala, Iran, and more, just to turn those countries into outposts where American interests could siphon away the wealth and exploit the labor and resources. So yes.
This is why, this is the extent of social democracy, where social democracy offers a lifeline to capitalist exploitation and capitalists in general, but we don't even need to dream about that future in America, because obviously unfettered greed has created an environment where these guys don't even want to do that anymore. Like old libertarians used to call welfare riot tax, okay? Because they understand that if people's material conditions worsen to such a degree that they will fucking riot. They will violently overthrow their masters. Nowadays, as that riot tax erodes to make way for super profits, they're looking for an alternative vision now. They're looking at a different way of enforcing control, making sure that dissent is suppressed. But the conditions are terrible now. Why don't we riot? It's not bad enough. It's not bad enough yet.
Sale aparte, man, no te escucho la cara cantando ese pelotudo, man.
As long as you still have your treats.
¿Qué, el Guasón o el Jorge?
Manner, then you're not, you're not there yet.
Although he was taxing the rich domestically and funding social programs, we often forget about all the exploitation abroad that Keynesianism or social democracies not only fail to address, but oftentimes thrive off of. Social democracy is essentially a compromise. It occurs when a capitalist state, often through tripartite negotiations, brings labor and capital together to strike a deal while emphasizing social programs and safety nets. The issue with this is that capital is still the force with all the real political pull. If capital
Voy. Toma, 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 toma. Toma, no quiero esto. Sí.
Están ahí en la casa esa. ¿Tienes balas de vitrán?
No, necesito.
Me disparan.
Voy. Puta.
Son todos. No mataste a uno, ¿no?
No.
Mira a ver que este no es un bot. No, mejor, está aquí dentro conmigo.
responsible to is profit, and making more